Hey guys, welcome to this week's Hot or Not Thursday. Today we are finally talking about all the good and bad about Makeup Revolution. This is a super affordable line that is exclusive to Ulta, but I think it originally was available in the UK. There's some kind of story behind it where people, when it came to Ulta, were really excited about it, like it had existed before, but now it's only at Ulta. I'm not sure. Either way, I finally saw a display in person because I wanted to wait until I could actually visually see everything in person rather than just order offline blindly. And I have to say, nothing in this line is over 15 bucks, lots of palettes. There's really everything A to Z, from lips to eyes to cheeks to contour to concealer to just, I mean, you name it, they got it. They have 59 different items in their range, and then some of those items have different shades, so there's a lot to choose from. I have a lot here to go over, so let's just get started. I'm wearing pink lipstick today, you guys. It's a new thing for me. What do we think? What do we think? I'm not sure how I feel about it. Let me just start by saying I am already testing out other spring summer collections for upcoming Hot or Nots, and this is from Bobbi Brown. This is Electric Pink. I think I put it on kind of, well, not correctly. Okay, back to Makeup Revolution. Bobbi Brown will be another week. Okay, all of the palettes, I want to point out, come in like beautiful packaging. So I have the Ultra Eyeshadows Makeup Revolution Affirmation palette. There's 32 eyeshadows in this guy right here. I have the Flawless Matte palette, also 32 shadows. I have the Mermaid palette, also 32 shadows. So they kind of theme out the packaging to what you're going to be getting as far as if it's matte, if it's really colorful, if it's kind of a mixture. So let's take a look at the eye palettes first, because those are really not what I'm most excited about, but they're pretty gosh darn good. I'll show you the Mermaid palette first. And I have obviously, I've only had this stuff for a couple of weeks. I have not worn every single shade in this palette, but I have played around with these pinkier tones quite a bit. And this one right here is actually so freaking fabulous. If you use this with MAC Fix Plus, it's worth the $15 right here. I mean, you can get a lot of use out of these other shades, obviously, but this one and even its neighbor right next door, they are just so icy and pink without being silver, and they just really brighten up the eye beautifully. The texture on these is very, very creamy. It has that kind of creamy kind of feeling. You know, some of the Morphe palettes, how you're like, ooh, some of these are stiff, and then like one or two will almost feel like a gel cream pigment. Like the intensity and metallicness of it is just like so insane. There are definitely a few of those in here. Can you see? It's just like, wow. The matte palette, I think, is great and good and fine, and I'm surprised by how blendable all of these shades are. However, I still prefer the Matte About Matte from e.l.f. palette. There is something magical about that palette. It's $10. This one is $15. Granted, you get way, way more in here, but I have to say, like, these lighter shades, when I would pack them on the lid, they just were a little bit chalky and patchy, and the matte one, not my fave. This is the Affirmation palette, and what I love about this one is you get such a nice mix. Cool tones, warm tones. It's a little more cool. You don't really get that many warm, but you know, there are some that are warm. And you get mattes and shimmers. So you get a nice mix of everything. So if you were gonna be trying out Makeup Revolution and you didn't know which palette to get, I would definitely recommend this one because you can do so much with it. You even get some fun purple shades, a silver, you get a black. I mean, you can really do a lot. And the pigmentation is just absolutely stunning. That's just one swatch right across. You can see not a lot of fallout. They're not overly powdery, and they wear beautifully. I am so impressed with especially the more metallic shades. Now, what I am most excited about from trying out everything here and what I have been wearing literally every single day since I purchased it. Crap, why do I say the word literally so much? That was in the comment section on Monday. And now every time I say that, I just want to be like, Let's find a new word. Every single day I have been reaching for this palette. Look how I have like dirtied it up already. This is the All About Bronzed palette. This is like such a bargain. I cannot even like believe what a good deal this is. I take a larger brush, I kind of go wah, 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 and then just do the perimeter of the face, really bronze things up. I'm wearing it today. I'm really happy with my bronzer. And you do get 2 more shimmery shades. These ones, not the greatest. I mean, they're kind of whatever, but these right here, so good. I like it better than a lot of my super pricey makeup. So this has been on the bathroom counter every single day. Love it. This is a contour palette that is affordable, that I actually really enjoy. Normally I try out contour palettes from the drugstore and I'm like, it's too chalky, it's not sitting on the skin well, something's not right with it. This one is beautiful. I am wearing this underneath the eye to set my concealer today. I actually did highlight a little bit with this one. Really freaking icy. Ice on the nose. I prefer the contour shades and the setting shades versus the shimmery ones, just because they're not as good as the Anastasia Glow palette, which has been my #1 right now, and I only want to use the things that I think are #1. But it is a nice added touch that you get that in here. So you do get everything. If you wanted to use these, there's nothing wrong with them. You can use them on the eyes as well. Very, very versatile palette, has everything you need to contour and set highlighter on the face, and it's $15. I grabbed a couple of the Vivid Baked highlighters, and I don't like these. I don't like the packaging. They're kind of flimsy and hard to open. It's really kind of that scratchy texture that is just, I don't know. And do you see how like opalescent and kind of weird metallic it is? For me, it's just not a win. I know a lot of people really enjoy these. I just happen to be super snobby about highlighters. As far as this type of a highlighter that's more affordable, I would recommend the e.l.f. Baked one that I showed you guys in my more recent dupes video. That one is awesome. These just, they just didn't pick enough highlight up, and when I tried to use them with MAC Fix Plus, it just looked messy and clumpy, and the texture for me is off. I'm definitely going to pick up more shades of the matte blush. This is beautiful. You get a ton of product. It blends really well. It wears really well. It is super pigmented, so you do need to use a light touch and a light hand when applying, but for the price and just how beautifully it sits on the skin once you have it all blended in and how long it wears, I think this is a gorgeous, affordable blush, and it's matte, and I love it, and I definitely will be picking up more. This is the shade Beloved. And then we have some lip items that I just don't like. I just don't like these. Again, I am always comparing not just, to my higher end makeup, like, oh, I know drugstore stuff is not always gonna be as good as like a $30 lipstick, but I also try a lot of other drugstore makeup from CoverGirl, Maybelline, Revlon. I'm trying things all the time, and if the affordable can't even knock out the other affordable, then I'm like, no, it's just not good. This is the Velvet Lacquer. Really pretty color, really smooth in texture, and like goes on beautifully, but it dries down weird and gets a little crumbly. So that was my issue with this one. This is the Intense Lacquer. This is more of a shiny lip gloss. And unfortunately, this one moved around quite a bit. It bleeds. So if you have an issue, like I generally don't like red gloss just because that can happen so easily. It's just such an easy thing to mess up, and it tends to look really bad and noticeable. So it's a little bit risky wearing a gloss that is bright red. But this one had like a little bit of just like within a couple of minutes falling outside the lip line. So that's a no. And then these little guys, the lipsticks, they're only $3. You get decent pigmentation, but they feel a little bit waxy. I like NYX much better. These are $3. I like Wet n Wild better. They're just not my favorite. I didn't put it on and go, wow, I can't wait to wear that again. The texture is just a little bit weird and waxy and not Like, it just doesn't feel that great on the lips, and it kind of has that cheap feeling. I hate using that word, but it just, do you know what I mean? Where you're getting more of the like waxy emollient than you are the actual color, and it kind of slides around and patches off unevenly and doesn't wear for a very long time. So in my mind, that's enough for me to say that these are a pass. All in all, I think Makeup Revolution is awesome. I think there are more hot items than not hot items, and I'm excited to try more. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Hot or Not Thursday. Please, as always, share this video, leave a comment, give it a thumbs up. It would make my day. So I hope you're having a good one, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Mwah. Hey guys, you can also check my videos out on watchable.com or by downloading the Watchable mobile app. Check me out, link is in the description.